All right, so I thought it'd be fun to do a little room tour here. I always like seeing those. So we have the bathroom here right when you come in. And then there's a little couch and table here. Over here we have a little desk area where I plan on doing some coloring. Hi. And here's our bed. And then out here we have a really nice balcony. Alright, here's the balcony. And we are still in port right now. And I wanted to do a quick what's in my coloring bag that I packed for the trip. So I packed some my set of UB gel pens, and I have a book here, and just for reading. And then the other thing I packed was my set of Castle Art pencils in their case. Happy that they came in a nice case like that. What else do I have in here for coloring? I packed the Neon Crazy Art set that I had gotten last month because I haven't gotten to try them out yet, and I have a summer page that I wanted to try coloring with those, so I did bring that book along. That is it for coloring, and then for books, I brought the Cute Mandalas coloring book, and that is by this illustrator right here. I'm not going to attempt that name right now because I don't want to destroy it. And then I brought Summer Nights by Hannah Carlzon, and actually, I don't know if I have it marked here. Yeah, I think this is the page I wanted to attempt with the neon markers, so, or I'm sorry, the neon pencils. So there's that one. I brought Matchstick Mouse, a summer coloring book by Morgan O'Brien. I packed 50 Summer Miniatures by Camelia Angelkova. And then since I've been on a color by number kick, I didn't want to leave without a color by number, so I have the Beach Coloring Book by Color Questopia. And that is all that I brought to color in. I'm hoping I have lots of time to do it, and yeah, so I'm excited to do some cruise coloring, and there is my selection of what I packed.
I get a little bit breathless, my thoughts are too big. Can I get some comfort, please? I guess I should have been honest. A break to my heart, it's weighing me down, baby. I'm like a river that's overflowed. The sooner you know it, the less do we hurt. Let me speak the truth. I know you don't wanna face it, you think it's too late, but I can see past the rain. Won't you lay it on me? Turn the page and burn it. Let's make up a big bonfire on the beach with the stars as our lighters, and throw our problems in the flame. Throw our problems in the flame. We fell down to the bottom, so bottom up please. We're gonna get over this. I see the smoke in the mirrors, I'm holding the key, one step away from salvation. You're like the ocean, setting me free. Out in the open, I'm picking up speed. No bad thoughts penetrate. Hold me like this is the first time. turn the page and burn it. Let's make up a big bonfire on the beach with the stars as our lighters, and throw our problems in the flames. Throw our problems in the flames. And throw our problems in the flames. Ooh, throw our problems in the flames. I get a little bit breathless. My thoughts are too big. Can I get some comfort, please?
So I thought since my clips are a little sparse, I guess, for the actual cruise coloring, it was difficult to film and color on the boat. So I thought I'd do a little bit more work on the page that I was working on in the video that I took on the ship. And I am going to be coloring in the Summer Nights book by Hannah Carlson, and I am using these Crazy Art neon colored pencils that I got at Walmart. So I'm going to come in a little closer and we will get going here. All right, I thought I would work on some of the leaves here, just finishing those up. And we will go from there, see where that puts us. So I'm just using the 3 greens in the set for the leaves, and I thought I would just talk a little bit about the cruise and just some highlights of the trip. I know I've been a bit MIA on my channel. There was, you know, the usual prep work when you're traveling with a family on it was a 1-week trip, 7 days. But you know, the usual prep work involved, especially on a cruise. You have the option to go to the dining room for dinner, where you will dress up depending on the night. They had 2 elegant nights on the ship, so that was a bit of an ordeal, making sure that we actually had all the, you know, suits and ties and shoes, and we're not dressy on a regular basis here, so we people had outgrown things. So that took a little bit of time, and then of course then we were gone for the 7 days. So, and I just don't have the extra time in my life to pre-film, unfortunately. So yeah, there was a little bit of a break, and I do apologize for that. But I should be back on track going forward. But yeah, the cruise was wonderful. We used Carnival Cruise Line, and we went out of a port that's fairly close to our home, so we were able to just drive there, which was really nice. It's nice not having to worry about a flight along with boarding the boat. Nice when you can just drive there and hop on board and then hop right off and drive home. So that was definitely a bonus in my book. So we had the first 2 full days were at sea, and then we had 3 stops in the Bahamas, and then we headed home. It went really fast. I'm sad that it's over, but it was beautiful, and I honestly have no complaints. As you saw in the video, there's a portion where I was walking down this really cool cave-like area. It was outside of the kids' clubs, and I found it and loved it to sit in coloring because people didn't really go that way to get to the kids' clubs, and so it was always kind of deserted and quiet, and so yeah, I went there quite a few times. They had tables and chairs along the hallway, and I took advantage of those. It was very peaceful to sit there and color. And my other favorite spot was one day, it was only one day because they were hard to come by, but they had these really cool big egg chair things, almost more like a bed. But they were around the outskirts of the ship. And they were hard to come by, especially on a day where we were at sea, because everybody would be on the boat lounging out on the decks. But the last day, we had the late dining. So the last day, I perused that deck while most of the people were, having the early dining, and I found an egg chair. So I sat in it and I colored. It was actually at the very back of the ship. So I sat and listened to music and colored and watched the ocean trail out behind us. It was extremely relaxing and fun. One of those memories that will stick with me for sure. That's why I'm happy actually that I had, this coloring with me, because for some reason when I do that with a page, it sticks in my mind whatever was going on whenever I was coloring that page. So I will have this page and it will trigger that memory every time from now on. So that's nice. And I had also hoped that I would come back and have all these pages and do a wrap up what I colored while I was on my cruise part of this video. But I really didn't get too much more than this. My kids, we had signed them up for their different age clubs that they have on the boat, and they did not really want to go to those. They just wanted to hang out with us, and we decided this is a family vacation, and our kids still want to hang out with us. So we enjoyed that and enjoyed time with them. And, while it took away from the time I had to color, that is totally fine because this was way better getting to spend time with my kids. So not so many finished pages either from the cruise. But like I said, it's okay. we were happy to have the time with kids, and that was enough for us for sure. Um, the food was amazing. I think I came back with 10 extra pounds on me, that now I have to deal with, but it was amazing. Oh, and the other fun thing I wanted to mention, they actually had coloring at sea time, and you could go to the pub on the ship, and they had different coloring books out, and you could go and pick a page out and tear it out and take it to a table. And then they had a big thing of colored pencils. You could grab the colors you needed and take them back too, and then sit and color. And they did that twice. 2 of the days at sea, they had that as an option of something to go do. And of course, the first day, I definitely was there. um, and I was surprised that it the whole pub filled up with people wanting to sit and color. It was amazing. So here we are out at sea, and just a big group of people sitting in a room coloring together. So that was really, really cool. I kind of wanted to take a video of it, but I'm not a vlogger. I'm not brave enough to do that in public yet, really. So I didn't get any video of that, but I did think it was really, really cool. Another cool experience. I will show this. I have the page right here behind. Let's see if I can come out a little bit. There's not really much to show. It's really just this owl that I finished. Um, yeah, I felt kind of bad. I think a lot of people got a little bit further in their pictures than I did, but I sat there. Um, I think it was an hour or a half hour. I can't remember. Either an hour or half an hour. I think it was a half an hour actually. But I sat there and worked away on layering up my owl for that full time, and I did do this smoke in the background, and I got a little bit of work done on the trim of the house, but yeah, but it was a fun experience for sure, and I'm gonna finish that picture too. I really want to finish it. But yeah, that was another really cool thing on the cruise ship. It's nice that they offered that, and then also that there were so many people who wanted to take advantage of it. It was really, really cool. Um, oh yeah, and I wanted to apologize for the change in angles for some of my filming. I know my cabin room tour and my what I colored, or I'm sorry, what I packed to color, were filmed in portrait mode, and I did not realize that was happening when I did it. We had just gotten to our room. I was really excited. I think I just dove into it and didn't even pay attention. Um, but yeah, I apologize that those are filmed that way. I didn't intend for that to happen. And unfortunately, I can't refilm it. So it is what it is with that one. But yeah, I hope you enjoy seeing the room tour and that kind of thing. I know I like watching that kind of stuff from other people. I love when people that I watch. I watch a lot of coloring channels, but probably more so of BookTube. And whenever any booktuber I watch posts a vacation video, I'm always like Yes. I guess I kind of live vicariously that way. But yeah, so hopefully it is enjoyed. And oh, I just picked up the wrong color for that. That's what's wrong. Thought that looked funny. Oh well, we'll see. Yeah, that one's not the best leaf. Not the best leaf. Trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to mention from the ship. The water when we got to the Bahamas was incredible. I mean, the blue. I think I drove everybody nuts because I just kept saying, that blue, that blue water. It was just the prettiest turquoisey, and then it would turn to a light blue, and then it would be this super deep indigo blue, and oh, just so pretty. Yeah, I couldn't get over that. And our one stop was on Carnival's private island, um, and the boat was parked just kind of far out, and then you took a little tender into the beach, and then once you got to the beach, you could see the boat just parked out, way out in the water, just sitting in this crystal clear blue water, and it was just so pretty. And we just swam and swam and swam on the beach. That was the best day for me. I loved that. The beach was so pretty. The sand was soft and nice, and my kids were a little bummed that there were not so many waves on that beach, but it was fun. And then our last stop was on Freeport, and we didn't jump on buying the excursions as fast as we should have. They were all pretty much sold out, but there was one where you could get a bus to like an all-inclusive beach that had other activities you could do in addition to just being on the beach there. So we bought that for everybody, and then we were getting ready to get off the boat that morning, and you had to get up early to get that bus because our time on that island was short. We were leaving at 1, so we had to be up at 6 in order to get breakfast and get everybody ready to get on the bus by 7, I think it was. And we get back from breakfast, and I look out the window, and I'm like, is that rain? And yep, sure enough, it is raining. The sky is awful looking. And I'm just like, oh no, we bought those tickets and it's a mess out there. And so we head to the bus through the pouring rain, and um, the sort of tour leader on the bus was like, well, so the Bahamas is unpredictable, so this could just pass right through. And we did drive through areas that had no rain happening, so we're like, okay, maybe this is going to work out. And we get to the beach, and it is not raining when we get there, but there are some dark, nasty looking clouds heading up. So we get ourselves settled, and uh, the water is pretty rough, actually, but not not terrible. It wasn't like we weren't allowed in it. So, so we're in the water, and it is super warm. It's actually, I think the water was warmer than the air that day. And we're, kind of hunkering down in the water just to stay warm. Um, and then the rain started, and then this huge storm came up to the beach, and um, my son had decided to get his hair braided there. So he was under this canopy getting his hair braided, and my husband went over to see how he was doing. And my two daughters were huddled under blanket or under their towels at our chairs. And I decided I was going to stay in the ocean because it was warmer and I didn't want to be cold. Well, I'm in the ocean, and at that point, everybody had pretty much gotten out except for these other two people near me. And I'm kind of thinking, okay, everybody's not looking or huddled under their blankets, and I'm out here basically by myself. I don't know how much longer I want to stay here. Then it starts hailing on us, and I'm in the ocean, like going, ow, 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 as it like beats down on my skin. I couldn't see, I couldn't open my eyes because it was hitting my face, and the waves were getting really rough, and I couldn't, keep my head. I mean, I could keep it above the water. I wasn't so deep that I couldn't stand, but the waves just kept splashing at my face. And eventually I'm like, okay, I have to get out because now I'm starting to freak out that, you know, a wave's going to take me under or something and nobody's going to see because it was hailing so hard you just couldn't get clear visibility. So I reluctantly dragged myself out of the very rough ocean and ran to our chairs to get my towel. And at that point, everything was soaked. It wasn't like the towels were drying us off. It was just that they were a good shield from the pelting hail. And so then my daughters and I gathered up all of our bags and stuff, and there was like a bar area there that, had a roof over it. And we ran over to that, but by then everything was soaked, and not just soaked, but soaked with cold water because, I mean, it was hailing. Um, so we were sitting there shivering. It did stop. It didn't ever really get sunny or anything, but it did stop raining. Um, and while we were there, we decided we'd, help support them a little bit, the island people working at the beach resort, and order a little bit of food. Um, they actually did have hot chocolate on the menu, and my daughters both ordered it. And unfortunately, they didn't actually have any at that time because who wants hot chocolate in the Bahamas in July? Um, but it was kind of funny that that was what they wanted to drink. It was so, so cold. Um, and then we eventually ended up, after we ate a little bit, it was actually another storm rolling in, and the winds started picking up again, and we were all still soaked, and sorry about that. And it was still another hour before the bus was going to take us back to the ship. So we actually ended up asking if we could just go back and sit on the bus. So that's what we did. So it was a little bit of a bummer on that one. I've honestly felt really bad for the workers at the beach club because, nobody was taking out the special inclusive activities. Nobody was buying, a drink and a coconut, which meant no extra sales, no tips. It was probably a rough day for them, and that's how they make their money. So I felt sad, a little bit sad for them, sad for us too, because we lost out on, it was an experience. We have that memory to talk about. It was a different experience than we thought we were getting. but yeah, we spent quite a bit on the ticket to get on the bus to go there and be on the beach. It was kind of a bummer that we didn't get to do much more than huddle under towels while we were there, but it is what it is. And yeah, like I said, it's an interesting memory that we've got, that we took away. So and then the boat turned around and headed us back home, which was sad. I think I'm going to leave it here, and I will zoom out and show you where I am with this. So I'm going to keep working on this off camera, and I will hopefully have it to show in my pictures. Thanks so much for watching, and thanks for enjoying a little piece of my vacation with me, hopefully. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.